In this video, we will be focusing on solving certain chemistry problems. Particularly challenging are conversions of grams to moles or to millimoles. Okay, for number one, this is particularly from the book of Skoog, 10th edition, and its book Fundamentals of Analytical Chemistry. Find the number of moles and millimoles of benzoic acid that are contained in 2 grams of pure acid. So meaning it's pure acid would be pure benzoic acid. So to answer this type of question, we know what we want to find, and it is moles and millimoles from the grams, okay, from its mass. So it's basically a conversion problem. And we were given the molar mass, so often this won't be given, okay? So this question is too kind to give us the molar mass. But if we were not given the molar mass of benzoic acid, we must know its structure in order for us to know its molar mass. So it is a well-known chemical, benzoic acid, and it has a structure of this. So we have carboxylic acid as its substituent. So basically, and you have a organic chemistry background, you know this would be carbons, okay? Carbons, and this would be oxygen, hydrogen, and the double bond of carbon-carbon, zinc above carbon-carbon. So from this, we can actually know the molar mass, but we were given the molar mass, so we will be focusing on how to solve rather than organic chemistry. Okay. To solve this, we start from the given mass. So we have 2 grams. Okay. So we have 2 grams of pure acid. So meaning we have 2 grams of benzoic acid. Okay. The Ba stands for benzoic acid. And to get its mole, we can use its molar mass. So molar mass is 122.1 grams per mole. So since we want to cancel the grams, we put the grams below. Okay, so that would be 122.1 grams over and above it would be mole. Okay, it would be mole per gram since we put it below. If that would be above, that would be gram per mole. But we want to cancel grams, okay? Now, mole of benzoic acid. Now we have the mole, okay? So let's solve for the mole. So using your calculator, you can solve it yourself. And that would be 0.0164 mole, okay? That's for mole. And also we were asked for its millimoles. And remember, millimoles is basically 1 millimole is equals to 10 to the negative 3 mole. If you hear milli, that would be equal to 10 to the negative 3 of its um, non-prefix term or unit. Okay, so for this one, say we have this, right? 0.0164 mole. And we want to convert it to millimole. And using this, we know that 10 to the negative 3 mole is equals to 1 millimole. Then, using your calculator, that would be 16.4 millimole. Okay, so this would be its mole unit or mole value, and this would be its millimole value. Okay, that's easy, right? So for number two, this is the same concept, but different question. Okay, so you can try answering this one, or you can pause the video So a laboratory technician weighs 1.75 grams of salicylic acid given its molar mass is 138.12 grams per mole. Calculate the number of moles and millimoles of salicylic acid present in the sample. So if you don't know, so salicylic acid is actually somewhat the same from benzoic acid. So it's just this. So we got the benzene ring and the carboxylic, sorry, we we actually have the carboxylic acid substituent as well. And then just an extra hydroxyl group here. Okay, that is salicylic acid. So this can be useful if there is no molar mass given. If the question only say salicylic acid and no molar mass. Okay, but let's focus on the molar mass given. Sorry. Okay. So like likewise from the previous question, we want grams, 2 moles, and millimoles. So let's start with the given grams. So that would be 1.75 grams of salicylic acid times its molar mass. So 1 mole, okay, let's say salicylic acid is Sa. 1 mole of Sa weighs 138.12 grams. So we can get the mole value. If you calculated it, it would be 0.0127 mole salicylic acid. And we were also asked for its millimoles. Okay, so that's simple, right? Um, 1 millimole, remember this, is equals to 10 to the negative 3 mole. So 0, since we got the mole, 0.0127 mole of salicylic acid. Then through conversion, 10 to the negative 3 mole is 1 millimole. Okay, then it would be 12.7 millimole salicylic acid. So this is easy. Okay, so let's have the last question. So this is actually an easy questions. Okay, so this can practice your conversion skills. Next, a pharmaceutical tablet contains 325 milligrams of acetylsalicylic acid or aspirin with a molar mass 180.16 grams per mole. Calculate the number of moles of acetylsalicylic acid in one tablet. Okay, so one tablet weighs 325 milligrams. Express the amount in millimoles. So, if you want to know the structure of salicylic acid or aspirin, so aspirin is actually uh, a famous drug for anti-inflammatory or used to treat fever, right? Or reduce pain. So it's somewhat related to benzoic acid and salicylic acid, like we have discussed from the previous question. So we have this structure, okay? We have the benzene ring, we have the carboxylic acid substituent, and we also have an ester substituent. So something like this. So like that, okay? But we were given the molar mass, so we just focus on solving it with this given molar mass. So like the previous questions, let's start from the given mass. So we want to convert it first to grams because we were given the milligrams. Okay, 325 milligrams of aspirin, or let's say ASP. Okay, let's convert it to grams first. Okay, 1000 milligrams is 1 gram. Okay, then now we have the gram, we can use the given molar mass to get the mole. Since we want to cancel the grams is below. So that would be 180.16 grams, okay, is 1 mole of aspirin or acetyl salicylic acid. Then, okay, let's find the mole first, right? So we can cancel this milligrams, milligrams, and grams. So we were left with mole of aspirin. So solving, then we will get 1.80 times 10 to the negative 3 mole. Okay, now we want to get the millimole. So for the millimole, 1.80 times 10 to the negative 3 mole. Okay, 1 millimole is 10 to the negative 3 mole. So that would be 1.8 times 10 to the negative 3 times 1 over 10 to the negative 3 will have 1.8 millimole. Okay, so that's it. It's easy, right? So this is simply conversion of grams to uh, grams or mass to mole and millimole. And that's that's it. Thank you for watching. Or if you want to suggest specific problems, you can give them a comment. I will try answering it for you and discuss similar questions so you can understand how to solve it as well. So thank you and bye bye.